From strawberry swirl French toast to an adorable elephant sandwich, today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 super tasty lunch ideas, and you guys, all of these lunches are also super fruity. I'm Jennifer with the Family Fudge, and welcome to Subscriber Lunch Sunday. Now before I jump right in, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button if you're new. That way you won't miss any of my future videos and you can become part of the Fudge family. And now let's get on to the lunches. First up, I have a lunch idea sent in by Paulina. Paulina is from the Netherlands, and for her lunch today, I'm going to be making some delicious French toast. But instead of just making regular French toast, I'm going to kick things up a couple of notches by making some stuffed strawberry French toast. Now, the star of this recipe is definitely this super fun strawberry swirl bread. Now, you guys, if you can't find this strawberry bread, that's totally fine. You can definitely make this with just some regular bread. But interestingly enough, last week when my grocery store was sold out of all of the regular bread, they still had plenty of the strawberry bread on the shelf. So now, like I said, this is going to be stuffed French toast. So for each serving, I'm going to need 2 slices of the strawberry swirl bread. To my bread, I'm going to add a nice thick layer of strawberry cream cheese. I'm going to add some on this slice and some on the other slice, and then I'm going to put the 2 together. Next, I'm going to dip this entire thing in my egg mixture. And you guys, this is just egg, milk, a tiny bit of sugar, and a splash of vanilla. And you guys, if you want to make a bigger batch of this French toast, I'll go ahead and put a link to the complete recipe in the description box below. So now that the stuffed French toast is coated in the delicious egg mixture, I'm going to add it to my pan over medium-high heat. And as you can see, I've already melted a little bit of butter on there as well. Now I'm just going to cook this for a few minutes on either side, just to make sure that the egg is cooked all the way through. And you guys, that is all there is to it. And you guys, when I was at the store, I also saw some cinnamon swirl bread and some blueberry swirled bread. So you definitely could change out the type of bread that you use and the type of cream cheese that you use and make lots of different variations of this French toast. Now you guys, this would be delicious just as is. You could add a little bit of butter on there or some powdered sugar, but today I have something extra special in mind. My grocery store has a huge selection of flavored syrups, and since we're going with a strawberry theme, I thought it would be super tasty to give this strawberry syrup a try. And you guys, this is actually made in Georgia, and this syrup only has 3 simple ingredients. They're strawberry, lemon juice, and sugar. That's it. They also had a blueberry, a blackberry, and several other flavors that I can't remember. So now I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of this strawberry syrup on the French toast, and just like that, Paulina's main course is done. Next, I'm going to move on to Paulina's fruit. For the strawberries, I went ahead and cut those into hearts. I went ahead and cut the watermelon into stars. And for the mango, I just went ahead and cut it into chunks. Now you guys, this looks so good, and I wasn't kidding when I said all of these lunches are super fruity. My next step is to prepare Paulina's vegetables. Now she requested a combination of cucumber and carrot starch. You guys know I love to make these, and I think I probably make them at least once every single week. They are really easy to make. You just have to make sure that you have big enough carrots. I like to buy the big old bag of carrots from the grocery store because I find that they work the best for these. For Paulina's snack, she requested some cheese and onion flavored chips, but unfortunately my grocery store didn't have that exact combination, but they did have these onion and sour cream flavored ones, which are pretty close. Now that brings us to Paulina's sweet treat. For her lunch, she requested some licorice. So these are called licorice all sorts. I've never actually tried these before, but they are super fun and colorful looking, and you guys, these ones are actually imported from the UK. Now I would love to know in the comments down below if you are a fan of licorice. Now at our house, all of my kids enjoy red licorice, but only Jackson enjoys himself some black licorice. And now you guys, to complete Paulina's lunch, I'm just going to be adding in some water for her drink. Next up, I'm going to be making Emma's lunch. Now, this lunch idea was actually sent to me by Emma's mom, Trisha, Trisha let me know that Emma is a huge fan of bunches of lunches, so I am super excited to be making her lunch today. For Emma's main course, she requested some pizza rolls. And you guys, usually when I make pizza rolls, there's two different ways that I like to make them. The first, easiest way is to just take a tortilla, add a little bit of sauce, some mozzarella cheese, pepperoni of course, and then you just roll it up like a wrap. So that's one way you could make a pizza roll. But for Emma's lunch today, I'm going to be making the baked version of a pizza roll. Now I used to make these all the time, but I feel like it's been a while. So for these pizza rolls, I'm going to start with some store-bought pizza dough. This is so easy. You can find this at almost every grocery store. And as you can see, I'm just going to roll this out on a bit of parchment paper just to make sure it doesn't stick. So this dough is already nice and rectangular. If you're using a ball of dough, you want to go ahead and make it into a rectangle shape before the next step. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add some marinara sauce all over the dough. But you guys, I have learned that you definitely do not want to add too much sauce at this point because this is going to be rolled up and sliced, and if you add too much sauce, it's just going to ooze out everywhere. And the same thing goes for the rest of the topping. I'm just going to sprinkle on a little bit of mozzarella and finally some pepperoni slices. And I did go ahead and cut these into smaller pieces so that they would fit better in these rolls. Okay guys, so now comes the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and roll this up as neatly and tightly as I can. Then I'm going to go ahead and slice these into pieces, and these are about 1 inch thick, I would say. Now of course you could bake these just as is, but if you want to make them extra fancy, and you know I do, you can go ahead and add a little flavor on top. For this, I just took a little bit of melted butter. To this, I added some garlic powder and Italian seasoning, and now I'm just going to brush this all over the tops of the pizza rolls. And this is just going to make them smell and taste so good. Now I'm going to get these into my oven. I've already preheated it to 400 degrees, and these cook really fast, you guys. Just about 10 minutes is all you need. Now I really like to serve these warm, but they're also good at room temperature, and if you can add a little bit of extra marinara sauce on the side for dipping, they're even better. So now that Emma's main course is done, I'm going to move on to her fruit, and she actually requested 2 different kinds, both pineapple and watermelon. So for the pineapple, I'm going to go ahead and cut myself a nice thick ring of pineapple. Then using my big circle cookie cutter, I'm going to go ahead and cut the skin off the pineapple. So I'm left with a big yellow circle. Now of course, anytime I see a big yellow circle, I automatically think of a smiley face or an emoji face. So I thought it would be really cute to add some little watermelon eyes on top of the pineapple and a little watermelon mouth. Doesn't that look so cute? Okay guys, for my next step, I'm going to prepare Emma's cucumbers. She requested some crinkle cut cucumbers, so I'll add them right over here, and then I can move on to Emma's snack and treat. For her snack, Emma requested some pirate booty, which is of course a funny name for basically just a white cheddar popcorn puff. I'll just add some right over here. And then for her treat, Emma requested some Kit Kats. So I just found these really cute mini ones. Right now they come in these really fun spring colors, so I'm just gonna add a couple right in the center. And now lastly for Emma's drink, I'm gonna be adding in a pink lemonade. This next lunch idea was sent in by Evelyn, and I have to say this is a lunch idea that I've been wanting to make for a long time. So Evelyn, I hope you're watching this, and if you are, make sure to leave me a little elephant emoji in the comments down below. And you guys, I say elephant because Evelyn asked for an elephant sandwich. Now normally I think making an elephant sandwich would be pretty tricky, but if you have one of these elephant sandwich cutters, it's actually really easy. So for this lunch, I'm going to be starting with 4 pieces of bread. Now I know that sounds weird, but check it out, you guys. I'm using 2 pieces of just regular white, nice soft bread, and then I'm also using 2 heels. So this is kind of like making 2 sandwiches, but that is totally fine because I know all of my kids are going to want to try these. So for Evelyn's sandwiches, she requested cream cheese and cucumber. Now unfortunately I just used up all of my plain cream cheese in yesterday's video. I'll link that down below if you missed it. So instead of using regular cream cheese, I'm just using the garden vegetable. So for these sandwiches, I made sure to peel the cucumber skin off first, and then I slice the cucumber nice and thin. I think it's gonna fit a lot better in our sandwich that way. And I'm adding the same ingredients to both the regular bread and the heel bread. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and use my elephant sandwich cutter to cut out the elephant shape. And now you guys, the reason I decided to make a regular sandwich and a heel bread sandwich is so I can actually swap out the baby elephants, just like this. Now you definitely don't have to do this step, but I think that extra detail looks really cute. Now if you have them on hand, and you know I do, you could also add some little eye sprinkles to the top of your sandwich. A big eye for the mama elephant and 2 little eyes for the baby. To go under these elephants, I also added a little bit of cucumber that I tried to make look like grass. So now that these sandwiches are done, I'm going to move on to Evelyn's fruit. She requested strawberries, so I'm just gonna add some strawberry hearts over here. And then for her veggie, she requested some green beans, and I'm gonna try to arrange these green beans so that they kind of look like trees you might find in the jungle. So now moving on to Evelyn's snack to go along with her elephant sandwich, she requested some peanut, because as most of you probably know, elephants love to eat peanuts, or so I've been told. So I'm just gonna add some of these peanuts in the shell right in this back section. And then for her sweet treat, Evelyn requested some of these frosted animal crackers. So I'm gonna try my best to pick out just the elephant ones to add into her lunch. And now finally, to complete Evelyn's lunch, I'm also going to be adding in a little bottle of Sunny D. And if you guys have never seen Sunny D or tried it before, it's kind of like orange juice. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if you've ever tried it before. Now that brings me to Imara's lunch. Imara is from Arizona, and for her lunch today, I'm going to be making a main course that kind of reminds me of Chick-fil-A. For Imara's lunch, I'm going to start by preparing some chicken nuggets. Now, chicken nuggets were one of those things that, at least in my area, were selling out at a lot of grocery stores, but I was able to find these grilled chicken nuggets. Now, I've actually purchased these many times before, and they're really good. They're actually really similar to the grilled nuggets you might get at Chick-fil-A. Now, of course, these are already fully cooked, so I just have to heat them up in the microwave. Now, to go along with the chicken nuggets, Imara also requested some fries. So I thought it'd be really fun to go ahead and cook up some waffle fries. Now, I actually found this huge bag of waffle fries at Sam's Club a long time ago before the stores got all crazy. I stuck them in my freezer and I kind of forgot about them. So for this lunch, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a bunch of them, get them into my air fryer so they can get nice and crispy. Now, while those two things are heating up, I'm going to go ahead and prepare Imara's fruit and veggie. For her fruit, she requested watermelon. So I went ahead and made up a bunch of these watermelon balls, and to make them look extra fun, I'm going to add them to some skewers. Now, to go along with these, Imara also requested some crinkle cut cucumbers, but this time I'm going to cut these into crinkle cut sticks. So now that our chicken nuggets are done, I'll go ahead and put some in this little container. And in this other container, I'll go ahead and load this up with the waffle fries. Now, you definitely don't have to separate all your foods out like this. That's just something that I like to do. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if you or if any of your kids dislike when foods touch each other, because I know for some people that is definitely an issue. Now, to go along with the chicken nuggets and the waffle fries, I'm also going to be adding in 2 different dipping sauces, because you guys probably know if you've ever been to Chick-fil-A, they have a ton of different sauces to choose from. Now that brings us to Imara's sweet treat. Check it out, you guys. Now, I actually made these beforehand, so let me show you how I made them. So when Imara sent in her lunch idea, she requested either Reese's Cups or Rice Krispie treats, so I thought it'd be really fun to combine the two. So I'm starting out with my regular small batch Rice Krispie treat recipe. That's just 2 cups of marshmallows with 2 tablespoons of butter. I went ahead and microwaved those and then mixed them together. Then I added in 2 cups of Rice Krispie cereal. I mixed that together pretty well, and then I added in the Reese's Pieces. Now, I was thinking about adding in Reese's Cups, but I thought the Reese's Pieces would taste very similar, but that they would look a lot more colorful. So that's why I picked them. I'm just going to mix a few of these in here. Once I had those all mixed up, I just poured them into a pan. I got them out into a layer, and then I added a few extra Reese's Pieces right on top. And then the very last thing I'm adding into Amara's lunch is her drink. She requested some lemonade. And there you have it, guys. Now don't forget to let me know in the comments down below which one of today's lunches is your favorite. And if you'd like to send in your lunch idea, make sure you're subscribed and use the link in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.